Good morning, everybody. My name's Darlene, and I have Parkinson's. I'm also very out of breath. I've been working hard today, and I am out of breath. Anyway, today is Make It Monday. We're going to make lemon and date squares, and I thought it only fitting that I wear my Christmas shirt. So I am. Now I'm going to type this, of course, into the description box. But there, for anybody who wants to screenshot, if you can make hiding your hair of my writing. There it goes. Okay, now the first part, we do this in a couple of parts. So the first part we do is make a crust. So I've got this baking dish. You can do it in a square pan or whatever. I just happen to not use this for a while and I like it. So I sprayed that pan. Now into my mixing bowl, I'm going to put a half a cup of margarine. You can use butter flavored shortening if you want. I just always have found that the margarine works just fine. And of course I didn't bring the spare bowl, so I'm just going to leave this down here. No, I'm going to hold on to it for 1 second. I'm going to add in 1 cup of flour and a half a cup of icing sugar right there. And now I've got an empty bowl to put these in. All right. Now, oh, I wish I had more breath these days, but I don't. Okay, so now this is going to make a base that we're going to put in there, and then we're going to make a lovely lemon and date topping for it. It's a strange combination, lemon and dates, but they really go together good. Now I'm going to go slow till I start this because I don't want this. Can you see? Or go this way. I'll move my chair back. Can you see? There we are. So I don't want to spray it everywhere. And then we're going to put it in the oven at 350. Now it's very crumbly here. We're going to put it in at 350 for 15 minutes. Now I want to check, even though it's very crumbly, I want to check if I can get it to hold together when I put it in the pan, because we do want it crumbly. Yes, I'll mix it just a little bit longer, but let me show you. You can see it on my hands, but you can see how that is now going to stick together. So we're going to mix it for another minute, and then we're going to pop it into this pan. And then, boy, I'm going to have a mess on my mixer, but that's what a sink is for. Awesome. Okay. Now, anybody that doesn't know me doesn't know that I'm always very messy in the kitchen now, but I never used to be. I used to work in kitchens and manage restaurants, and I never was messy. But let me tell you, you learned not to be. But unfortunately, when you have no proper feeling, you do tend to be messy. And that's all right. I have hands that can clean it up. Now, I can sort of tell from how crumbly this is that when I go to lift it, it's going to be a fairly nice crust. If it was too hard, it wouldn't lift very good. Okay, so there it is. Now, I'm going to turn you off. I'm going to put this in for 15 minutes. Then I'm going to bring it out, and meanwhile, I'll set up the stuff to make the filling. See you back in a couple of minutes. I'm back. I don't know if you can tell how hot I am, but it's incredibly hot today, or it's just me, one of the two. Anyway, I have now taken the base out. It's cooling because it has to cool for just a few minutes. And then I'm going to start putting things in here. So in this mixing bowl here, I've got 3 beaten eggs. So that's going in there. And then I have baking powder. You want to make sure you got baking powder, not baking soda. I've got a half a teaspoon. So that's there. And I have a half a cup of sugar right there. 1 cup of coconut that I'm not going to add just yet. This is a package of lemon meringue pie filling. Make 2 pies. I need 1 package out of that. Oh, where's my knife? Ooh, this is dangerous. Put a knife in my hands. Ooh. All right. So there's my lemon pie filling. Ooh, get that up your nostrils and you'll be snorting. All right, now I'm going to mix that up a little bit before I cut my dates. Dates. Oh my God, my brain is gone. My brain is gone. Okay, let's start to the mix that. I love having something fresh baked in the house. It used to be one of those things that in case somebody would stop over, you had something. But nowadays, nobody stops over. But it doesn't stop me from wanting to have it. Here's the coconut. Okay, now I'm going to show you this. Just, let's see how it's going to go, like that. Okay, now I'm going to chop up 1 cup of dates. Now I'm not sure whether I've got dates with pits in them or whether they're already taken out. Let's see. Pitted. We bought the deluxe model this time. It's been in there for I don't know how long. I was going to make macadamia bars one day and I never did make them. All right. So when you start cutting these up and you want 1 cup. This is a stupid way there. This is a better way. This was 1/8 of a cup. Could you imagine if I tried to do that with 1/8 of a cup? No. This is half a cup, so I'll need 2 of these. So, did I hear my husband? Yes, I did. Watch your step there, honey. Yep. I'm just about at the point where this will go back in. Oh, the oven has been on, and it is so hot in here. I did open that window, even though it's -4 out. I just was so hot. I wonder if you can buy dates that are all chopped up. You probably can. I never even thought of that. But, you know, I haven't gotten used to the fact yet that there's so many things that I can't do. But I just keep trying. Whether I can do them or not, I just keep trying. So, I'm trying to think what was my story for today. I had something out for my story. You know what? I'm going to go look because I can tell my story while I'm cutting these dates. Hang on. Let's see. Oops. Again. Drop stuff. Okay. It was, no, that's not it. Make it Monday. I better go to the right plan here. All right. Oh, yes. I remember one time I told y'all a story about my daughter, how she hates moths. Yes, she does indeed. She's terrified of them. I don't quite understand. I keep saying they're just hairy butterflies. But anyway, she is terribly afraid of these moths. So anyway, the one story that I told already, she jumped out of a car while she was driving it when a moth came. Well, this is another story about a moth. She was living upstairs in the home that we were living downstairs in. And we were downstairs and it was probably midnight. It was getting close to, you know, time when everybody would be in bed. And, okay, that's a half a cup. It was getting close to the time when everybody would be in bed and we heard a blood-curdling yell come from upstairs. And then, not only did we hear a yell, there was a huge crash. Well, my husband leapt out of bed. We thought there was an intruder upstairs or something with the screech that went on and this crash, and he went racing upstairs to find that she had thrown a can of hairspray across the room to try and aim at this moth, which of course missed the moth but hit the wall. I tell you, scared the bejesus out of us. And here she was saying, "Dad, can you just get the moth?" And I was like, "Yes, I can get the moth." And away he got the moth for her. But I mean, I understand being afraid. I am terribly afraid of spiders. But to me, it just seemed a little overkill for a moth. But, you know, you do what you do. So anyway, that's my story. Now, I tell you, dates can be very hard when they get older, or they can be very soft when they're new. These are not new. You know what I did have one time? Down in the States, you can buy dates that they call them date crystals. And they're like dehydrated, but they're little tiny pieces of date. And my parents went down to India every winter, and they would bring me back a bag of these dates. Well, down there they made date milkshakes and whatnot. But I made some delectable things with these date crystals, but you can't get them in Canada. So, and my parents, of course, do not go south. My mom's been gone for a long time. My dad doesn't travel at all. So, there's no more date crystals for us. All right, so now let's just get this. Can you see this here? Yes. Now, this won't, of course, mix in very good because these are very big pieces of dates. But we just want them to be wet with the moisture. Okay, Bill, the pan over there, if it's not too hot, I've got the mittens out. If you could bring that over so I can show everybody how I'm filling it, that would be wonderful.
Okay, I'm going to have to step in front of you.
Yeah, that's okay. Excuse him, he's just stepping in front. They're used to me not being able to do these things. So, and I'll need a spatula. Is it still warm? Okay. It's going back in the oven, so it doesn't matter if it's warm. It's going back in the oven. It can be a little bit warm. So, thank you if you sit on here. And if you bring me a spatula, I would appreciate it. Okay, so let's see. You can't see that, so I'm going to have to move it back a little ways. I'll let this here. And I'll just pull this backwards until we can see it. Thank you. Can you see that now? No. I'm going to have the mittens. I've got to make it so it's on screen. All right, there we go. So this is it. The base is all cooked. Now we've got this lovely filling. Oh, Lord Bill. Now I've thrown it all over me. These people are seeing quite a show. They know me by now that I can't do these things, but I never stop trying. Okay. Oh, look at what I did to my shirt. Hang on. Okay, when I come back after this comes out of the oven, I'll have a different shirt on because I've now put that all over my shirt. Oh, that filling is good. I just licked my finger. Okay. This is going to go back in for 350, 20 to 30 minutes, and then I will show you when it's finished and we're ready to have a bite. It tastes delicious, Bill, but I've made a huge mess on myself. I spilled it all down the front of my shirt. Okay, I don't know if you can reach that over that. There. And the oven is still on. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. Be back in a little bit. Okay, there we're back. We're not going to cut into it right now because we're actually going to have our supper. But I wanted you all to see how it is. And it looks very pretty, and I can't wait to eat it. But we probably won't be doing that till tomorrow. So have a good Monday, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay, it's me, Darlene, again. It's much later at night. I've got the dessert cut, and I've given Bill a piece. He says it's delicious, and I just thought I would show you it, okay? So here it is. Well, you can't really see. Okay, just hang on one second here. Oh, that's a nice shot of my garbage can. See if I can, well, I can't really get that paper off of there. But you can see I've just cut it into pieces like thin pies. And it's very good. So, talk to you tomorrow.